And such as working in the winter, end of the day means dark. So we are working by tractor light here. Just mirrored in. This thing looks like it came from Stonehenge, but just beautiful stones right there. We're gonna have our steps coming up here, turning slightly probably, and depending on what we get, and then terminating up there right beside that stone. Then we'll bring some boulders in to kind of frame that out on that side, and may need something over here on this side to frame out the side of the steps there. And then we've got the rest of our wall is finished out. We got this stone. This stone's actually at least probably twice as big as what you see, and it's just buried in the ground. I love working with big boulders because you can make them look like they're bigger than they are. If you can bury them down in the ground, get it so the bottom is not seen, so the bottom disappears, then that stone could be 2 times, 3 times bigger than what you see. Then we've got our waterfall. The end of our waterfall is pretty much done, so we'll have water coming out here, spilling down into this pocket. Let me zoom in a little bit right here. So water will be coming over the side of this, dropping down into this pocket, swirling in there, then coming over this. Got a little bit of extra texture right here that hopefully as that water comes off, it's gonna hit that little shelf and this little shelf and kind of spill down and wet the sides right here. We've got a pocket back here. We'll be able to grow some pickerel, or probably pickerel, up in front of that, and just kind of soften up the face of that stone right there. We'll have lots of other places for some aquatic plants. We'll bring this level up so it hides the bottom of these boulders in through there. You don't see their bottoms. And probably tuck something right here. Anyway, all in all, pleased with the way it's going. All right, so late yesterday afternoon, we finished our steps coming up here. And so this morning we laid some steps going over there to that tennis court. Here will be the new patio that they're putting in. Back here, we are working on our space for the stream that's going to feed into our waterfall right here. So we've got the liner and underlayment laid out, and then we folded it back, and I've got a boulder back here that we're gonna stand up on its side. Well, actually on its bottom, but it's laying on its side now. So we'll stand that up and set this back here, and then our pondless waterfall head diffuser will go right in front of it down here low, and so it's just going to look like water's kind of bubbling out from underneath that boulder. All right, so we have our liner in place. The diffuser is in place right here. stones are going in around. I have foamed up most of what's going around the falls there. Got this big boulder in. We're about to tuck all this soil in, but I wanted to show you one thing that we try to do when it's appropriate. Now the trench for the piping comes around right here, and what you don't see is, or actually on this side of that stone, comes in through here, is that when we bury the pipe, we put in caution tape on top of it, just in case you're doing some gardening, some extra digging or what have you around the pond. I want to make sure that when just a little measure of security, so that if you hit that caution tape, you know to slow down or to stop, and hopefully that would avert any disasters or necessary service calls to repair broken pipe. So that's just one little thing that we do to try to go the extra mile. You don't have to, but it's certainly when it's needed, whoever it is will be very thankful for having had it. So big rocks often need lots of foam. So this whole area back here had to be sealed up, coming all the way up back here, because if not, water that came over this and came down here and collected in this pool right here, let me zoom out. If water that collects in this pool were to go backwards, it would go behind the stone, come around the backside and flow underneath all this, and we would have no waterfall right here. We definitely want this waterfall, so that means that 100% of whatever is in here has to be foamed up. So it's now foamed up. Took 4 cans of foam. Good afternoon. Well, I don't know what time it is for you. It's afternoon for us, and we're back out here in Jackson, Tennessee, doing final cleanup. Our massive pile of dirt is gone back here. Oh, and there it is. This is a gorgeous waterfall. We could not be happier with the way this thing has turned out, the way it looks, the boulder retaining wall, the steps, and everything just all coming together. What's really just going to tie this all in is this spring, once they are able to get out here and do some landscaping, put some plants in the ground, get this thing mulched, get the gravel patio behind it finished. But for right now, our part on this project is completed, and we are thrilled with the way it's turned out. Gorgeous waterfalls, just look incredibly natural, and you can hear that roar behind us, and it's going to really add an extra element and dimension to this. We have clients besides these, but we have a number of clients with woods and water features back in their woods, and they tell us that the deer and the wildlife love to come in and drink from the top of the waterfalls. So I expect they'll be seeing lots of wildlife and deer coming in drinking from this water feature. But here it is. I'm going to quit talking and show it to you right now.